Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now today I'm going to be doing a video where I rank all of the singles by The Jam. So they released 18 singles in the, I think it was 5 short years that they were making music. All of them I believe went top 40 in the UK, so it's quite an achievement, hugely successful band, one of the great bands of the late 70s, early 80s. So yeah, I just thought that seeing as I own most of these singles, I think there's only one that I don't actually have a copy of yet. I thought it'd be a fun idea to rank them in order, off my preference. So yeah, we'll just get stuck into the list with number 18.
Now, this is a modern world that I've learned about. This is the modern world, we don't need no one to tell us what's right or wrong.
Which I'm going for their third single, which was The Modern World here. So this is taken from their second album, This Is The Modern World. This is, again, a good song. There's nothing particularly bad about it. I guess it is just one of these things with a list like this, something that has to come last, and for me, this is possibly it. I think lyrically it's maybe just a little bit generic. It was that kind of period where Weller was suffering a bit from writer's block and was kind of struggling to sort of write that second Jam album. This is a decent track. It's just kind of bemoaning the modern world, or as it was in 1978, without being sort of too specific. This is the modern world that I've read about. We don't need no one to tell us what's right or wrong, goes the chorus. So it's quite a defiant kind of song. But for me personally, comes in at number 18. Next up now at number 17, we have got the follow-up single to that, also from 1978, and it is News of the World here.
Read about the things that happen throughout the world. But don't believe in everything you see out here. They'll never start day in, day out about the goings on.
This is the only Jam single not written by Paul Weller. It was written by Bruce Foxton, again around this kind of period where Weller was maybe suffering from writer's block, and was maybe taking a bit of a temporary backseat in the Jam, because on here Bruce Foxton gets both the A side and also the second B side as well. Now I must say Foxton is not a patch on Weller in terms of his songwriting or singing abilities, but News of the World is a good song. It's definitely I think Foxton's best contribution to the Jam. I think it's got a killer guitar riff on it that kind of runs through the track. You can definitely tell the advancement on here from their early stuff as well. It is a progression track you can kind of hear shades of stuff going underground on here almost. So it's a good song News of the World, but again it's kind of lyrically maybe not quite as pointed, I guess, as many of Weller's songs, but also some of the Jam's later stuff as well. Next up now at number 16, a little bit of a theme developing here with all of the early singles here, which is this is All Around the World. So,
All around the world, I've been looking for you. All around the world, I've been looking for you.
we've got all of we've got the 3 world singles coming in at the bottom of my list. All Around the World is again another pretty good song. It's got a good kind of call and response vocal between Weller and Foxton in the verse, and then a kind of catchy chorus all around the world I've been looking for new, and that, and then there's kind of Weller's yelps of youth explosion and all that. It's kind of it's that typical early Jam celebrating youth, celebrating being young, and like having a good time and being at like your prime sort of thing. So no, like it's a really good song, like all around the world. And yeah, we're coming at number 16. Number 15 now on my list, we've got a double A side here, which is A-Bomb in Wardour Street and David Watts. Yeah, like I'm judging this like as like both songs here, and this is again, it's a kind of from that kind of period where Weller was and like the Jam were maybe like in like a bit of like a rut. Like this was the first single from All Mod Cons, which is a brilliant album, but I think these are probably two like the weaker tracks like on it. Certainly David Watts anyway. Again, it's a Foxton lead vocal, it's a Kinks cover as well, so it's a kind of, it was a bit of an odd choice to have released like as like a single. And then A-Bomb in Wardour Street is again like a good song, like it's really solid kind of like track and like great guitar work like on it, a great kind of shouty vocal like from Welly, really sort of like sense like the anger in it, and like again like lyrically getting like a little bit like more like advanced. Like I quite like the way he kind of varies like each chorus like every time like it comes round. Like it's quite well done that. But yeah, like for me again, just like not like one of like my absolute favourite Jam songs there. Next up now at number 14, we have the only one that I don't actually own, which is the debut single, In the City. Which as a debut single goes is really, really, really fantastic. I think for any other band, you know, this would be, you know, their kind of signature song, like in like a way. But for the band like as good as the Jam and like as consistent like as like the Jam, you know, like this one, like yeah, finishes like at number 14. I mean, In the City is a fantastic song. Again, great guitar riff like that, like opens up like the track. Again, it's a bit like a lot of like the early singles about very much celebrating youth. This has got like that great line about about the young idea, like which became like the name of one of like their greatest hits compilations, and like was the name like off like the exhibition like about the Jam. So definitely one of Weller's like most iconic lines there. It's just a short burst of energy. It's barely over 2 minutes, this song, and yeah, it really just set the Jam off like on like a great footing there really. So yeah, In the City for me would come in at number 14. Okay, let's start now at number 13. Might raise a couple of eyebrows because this is definitely one of their most popular and most successful singles, but I've got a Start at number 13.
Now there's someone in this world loves with a passion cold. Hate to what you give is what you get.
Which this is from their, must be like their fifth album, Sound Effects here. So this is a bit later, like we jump forward like a few years here. And this was a bit of a departure for like the Jam, like in a way. This, I think, very much kind of set up their kind of second half, like off like their career. Because you can kind of very much trace like the lineage from In the City to Going Underground, which was a single before this. But then this one kind of, everything becomes a lot more stripped back, a lot more minimalistic, both in terms of like the kind of like the music, but also like the song itself as well. It's kind of just it's basically just like two verses kind of like back to back. Like there's also like that middle bit, like If I Ever Never See You Again, but like it's quite very direct kind of like lines like on it sort of thing. You've also got a bit of brass creeping in like on like this track as well. I think this was probably one of the first Jam singles to feature like a brass section on it. But again with this song, like one of like the standout features like is Bruce Foxton's bass part, which was definitely stolen from Taxman. I think I've seen a recent-ish interview with Bruce Foxton where he said, "Oh, it was just a coincidence." But I mean, they were playing Beatles covers like during like these sessions, like they covered like "And Your Bird Can Sing" like during like the sound effects session. So they must have been listening to Revolver. Like I said, like Weller said that it was one of his big albums like around this time. So it kind of is a bit of a blatant weight and lift like of Taxman, which perhaps maybe takes the track like a little bit for me like as well, but it is still a very good song. Our #1 single. This was their second #1 single. Okay, now start now at number 12. We've got their final single here, which is Beat Surrender.
Come on, boy, come on, girl, succumb to the beat surrender. Come on, boy, come on, girl, succumb to the beat surrender.
Which this is a great wee package here. This is the kind of like it's like a double fold out single here, so it's got a kind of right up there, like about like the Jam kind of saying farewell to like everyone, and then some more artwork there, which is really nice. I think like that was like Wella's girlfriend I got at the time, and great song, Beat Surrender. Very much again a kind of signpost to the future, like for Paul Weller. Like very soulful, kind of quite Style Council. You can hear like stuff like Walls Come Tumbling Down, and even like Style Council's debut, Speak Like a Child. These two songs like flow like really seamless like into like one another. It was another big #1 single. I think for a lot of Jam fans, this probably does fall fairly near the bottom, like off like the list. I think for a lot of people, they kind of think, okay, maybe vocally like it's not Weller's best sort of vocal performance, and also just like the lyric as well, like is a little bit shallow, like come on boy, come on girl, surrender to the like succumb to the beat surrender, like goes like the chorus. Again, like it's hardly like the most like profound like lyrics like Weller's like ever wrote, but it's a really fun song though, and again like another well-deserved #1 single here for them. Next up now at number 11, so just missing out like on like the top 10 for me. Again one like I think some people might say, ooh god, that's a bit low. This single wasn't actually released like in like the UK, and it's That's Entertainment here. So like I said, this wasn't actually like a UK single, but such was the demand for it that these this is like a West German copy here, like such was like the demand, like these like was such a big import that it actually charted like on like the UK charts, like something like number like 18. So it wasn't a massive chart hit like for like the Jam, but it's definitely gone down as probably one of their most like iconic songs. Again, it's a changing direction for them, embracing kind of acoustic sort of folk songs. Like Weller again here is kind of delivering, I would say, some of like his like very best like lyrics here. He said he wrote this one very, very, very quickly, and it is quite remarkable just how like great like some of like the lyrics are. Like so many great lines around like a police car, screaming siren, pneumatic drill, ripped up concrete. It's like a bit of like a list kind of song, and then it's kind of like all like sort of like bound together like by like the great line, like That's Entertainment, and the kind of shala la la kind of like in like the chorus. So fantastic song here. Again, maybe not one of my absolute favourites, and like I suspect that a lot of Jam fans like would have this quite a bit higher. But for me, this is where it's fallen. So That's Entertainment at number 11. And this is one now at number 10. I know for a fact that a lot of Jam fans would probably have this stone dead last. I certainly know Paul Weller would. It is The Bitterest Pill.
Now watch Mowgli, my lips and bill.
This was their penultimate single, and this is a ballad, and I love this song. I think this is a really, really, really great track. I love the lyrics on it. I think, again, it's a kind of classic kind of breakup song, but with a lot of great lines on it, like that line about now summer's winds blow, leaves through my life, twisted and broken, done with days with sunlight. Like that lyrics are, they're just fantastically written and like well put together. Again, you've got on this song, I think it's I thought it was Tracy, like Weller's kind of protege, but it's actually a singer called Jenny McEwen, like who like sings like on this from like courtesy of the Bell Stars and Stiff Records. So like again, they've got like kind of like a female singer like on here again. like sort of like signposting like where Weller was going to go with the Style Council, and I just think like it's like a really, really fantastic song, like the Bitterest Pill. Yeah, like really, really, really good track there for me. Next up now at number 10, I guess again some people might say I maybe have this one like a little bit low. Definitely the Jam's most famous song, I would say here. We've got A Town Called Malice. Which was released like in 1982 as a double A-side with the track Precious there, and this was, I think this was the only time the Jam appeared on Top of the Pops playing both sides like off like a single, and well, it was definitely like one of like the only times like any band like appeared like they're like performing both sides like off like the single. And yeah, it is a fantastic song, Town Called Malice. Really well written, got a great kind of Motown bass. It just makes you want to like get up like and dance, and like the lyrics are very like astute like as well. Like again, like the lines around like the whole street's belief in Sunday's roast beef gets stashed against a co-op. It's like give up the beer or the kids' new gear. It's a big decision in a town called Malice. Just about poverty and sort of like the social situation, and I guess like the social breakdown like of like Britain like in like the early 80s. So yeah, it's a really well written song, and Precious like has like the double A side like it came with again is a real change in direction. It's kind of again showcasing where Weller was going to go, like with the Style Council, particularly reminds me like a lot of like the Style Council song like Money Go Round. It's got that same kind of very repetitive kind of like very funk and like driven feel to it. So yeah, Town Called Malice, Precious comes in at number 9. Okay, that's not now at number 8 on my list. We've got a non-album single here from 1981, and it's a Funeral Pyre. This song I would definitely describe like as like a grower, like off like a song for me. I think when I was first getting into the Jam, this was probably one that I would have had quite near the bottom, like off like the list, because it's very very different like for like the Jam. It's kind of almost basically is a jam, like because like sort of like a band jam. This was I think the only song by the Jam like that actually was credited to all 3 like of them, certainly like in like the music like at least. So I suspect this was probably either worked up live or maybe like in like the studio, just kind of written like on like the spot sort of thing. And it's a really great song. I love like Weller's vocal is it's drenched in kind of echo on it. It's a very different song. You can definitely tell like on here that he was being influenced by like a lot of like post-punk stuff like Joy Division and that slightly angular kind of like material. And again, like great lyrics on here just about kind of like the political leaders like out at the time. Like as I was standing by the edge, I could see the faces of those who led pissing themselves laughing. Their mad eyes bulged, their flush face said, the weak get crushed as the strong go stronger. So fantastic lyrics, very well written, and yeah, a really, really, really good song there. So yeah, Funeral Pyre for me at number 8. As a single, it did okay actually chart-wise. I think it got to number 4, which, for a song like as kind of dark and as kind of brooding like as this, is like quite surprising. Okay, that's not at number 7. We've got another one of the Jam's, I guess, most iconic singles. Like maybe not like one of like the most successful chart-wise, but it's a song that's definitely endured, like I would say, which is Down in the Tube Station at Midnight.
Headlines of death and sorrow, they tell of tomorrow. Madmen on the rampage, and I'm down in a tube station at midnight.
Which this is just like what a song. It's kind of again, it's a little bit I definitely think between the previous single A-Bomb in Wardour Street to this is a massive step up, I think, like in terms of both music, like sort of like this song is so dynamic, kind of going from like sort of like the kind of angsty kind of verses where it really feels like you are in this kind of situation like with Weller, where he's singing about feeling very like apprehensive like in like the tube station. He sort of hears like the distant echo or far away voice voices, and then they kind of gets mugged, like sort of like lagging at the station, and then like those great lines like towards like the end, like the last thing I saw as I lay there on the floor was Jesus saved, painted by an atheist nutter. British Rail posteries having a way day. It's just so kind of effortlessly done, like the lyrics. Like I glanced back at my wife, thought about my life, like she'll, and then there's a great line about like the guy like nicking his keys, and that like his wife will think like that it's him coming home. It's just a really great narrative, like off like a song, really. Like Weller really found his footing, I would say, like as a songwriter, like on this track. So great song down in the tube station at midnight. Next up now at number 6. Again, I think this is one that a lot of Jam fans would probably have a fair bit lower, like on like the list. It wasn't a single in the UK, but was again a bit like That's Entertainment, so successful that it actually charted, and this one got top 10, I believe, so quite remarkable. This is Just Who Is the 5 O'Clock Hero. I absolutely love this song. This is taken from the last Jam album, and I think for me it just combines like the things I quite like about the Jam. It's kind of got that kind of punchiness to it, that kind of directness. It's a very short, kind of snappy song. It's got these politically astute lyrics about working hard, and sort of like like this idea of the 5 o'clock hero coming home like after like a day's work, but kind of feeling like you're not getting like the respect like you're due, sort of thing. Like there's a great line about like Prince Philip tells us we've got to work harder, like on it, like just like a great song, like of like his kind of like suburban England, really. Like so you can definitely like tell like on this he inspired a lot by the likes of like Ray Davies, like on like this track. And then you've kind of then got that layered with a kind of like the Jam like expanding like the musical sound like again. So this one is again quite brass heavy, a little bit Style Council-y, like this one, you know, he's kind of edging towards the Style Council like here. But I think it's a really fantastic song. I would say quite an underrated Jam single for me. Next up now at number 5. So top 5 Jam singles here. I have got the Eton Rifles.
What shots have you got? I guess a tie and a crest. Hello, Ray. What a nice day for the Eton Rifles. Eton Rifles. Hello, Ray. Our race does play with Eton Rifles. Eton Rifles.
Which this is just a fantastic song. This was like the Jam's. I would say this was their breakthrough single in terms of chart success. It's charted at number 3, and it's kind of got that kind of it's that great kind of, it's a song really like of two halves, like in like a way. It's kind of got like that kind of like that single on chorus, like Eton Rifles. You can understand why this was a hit, you know, because it is a very catchy like song like that would kind of like Cotton On sort of thing. But again, this is a song that I think a lot of people probably just like misheard like the lyrics, or kind of just sort of like didn't really listen like to them, because he's kind of like is very much talking about like the class struggle like on here, and like is like writing like basically just about like sort of like I think there was like a right to work march that went past like Eton College, and there was a story of like all of like the Eton schoolboys kind of journeying like at like sort of like the people like on like the march, and this like inspired Weller to write like this really fantastic song. And then it kind of ends with this almost this kind of feedback drenched kind of freak out, which you can kind of imagine is the kind of, if there was say like a fight happening between the two groups, you know, this is the kind of soundtrack to it, sort of like it all kind of going sort of pear-shaped like in like a way. So really fantastic song, the Eton Rifles. Brilliant stuff here. Okay, let's start now at number 4. Again, one I think some fans might be surprised to see me have this high on the list, but I've got Absolute Beginners here.
I was thinking of it. I need the strength to go and get what I want. I lost a lifetime thinking of it, and lost an era daydreaming like I do.
Which I I just really love this track. I think this is a very underrated single. It's a bit similar to Just Who Is a 5 O'Clock Hero in terms of it being quite punchy, quite direct. But also, like expanding their sound. Like, I love the kind of brass like on this. I love the kind of the herky-jerky nature like of it. Like the time signature like is doing crazy stuff like throughout like the track. So yeah, like it's like a really like well-written song. It's really fun as well, just like upbeat. It really makes me smile, this one here. Like again, lyrics maybe not super duper deep. It was named after like the book like Absolute Beginners, but I don't necessarily think there's too much like relation like to like the contents like of like that book. And on here you've got a great B-side. I think a lot of Jam fans would actually say this B-side, Tales from the Riverbank, is actually better than the A-side, but I'd say like Absolute Beginners like is like definitely the best track on here, and yeah, just a fantastic song. Okay, let's start now at number 3. We've got another double A-side single, the Jam's first number 1 here, Going Underground.
The public gets what the public wants, but I want nothing. Society got I'm going underground. What if the brass bands play up, start to pound, going underground? What if the boys all sing, or if the boys all shout for tomorrow?
Which this is just, again, a fantastic song. Like I think I said already, this was the kind of, the peak of the kind of first period, like, of, like, the Jam. I think everything they were doing was leading up to this song in terms of how, big it was, sort of thing. Like, in terms of, like, its sound, like, so, like, the production on this is just so well done. Like, again, like Weller's vocal, absolutely fantastic. The lyrics just about like being kind of sick of like kind of I guess like populism, like in like a way, like I guess like you describe it, and like kind of like being sick of like the trends and people like going like along with it, like sort of like the public wants like what the public gets, but I don't get what the society wants. I'm going underground, like goes like the song. It's just a fantastic rallying cry like of like a song. This was also released like as a double A side, so like on the back of here you've got the track The Dreams of Children, which I really like love as well. A lot less commercial than Going Underground, but a song which, is kind of got shades of like psychedelia to it, backwards guitar loops and such like on it, and a kind of sort of slightly menacing lyric like that, something's gonna crack on your dreams tonight sort of thing, a little bit kind of slightly darker like in tone, Dreams of Children, but like a really like great pair of songs here, Going Underground and Dreams of Children. Okay, so now at number 2 we have got like if like you're a fan like of like the Jam, like you'll probably know which 2 I've got at number 1, or probably sussed it out. Both non-album singles as well, which is quite something. So this is the order like I've decided though. So number 2 I have got Strange Town. Which is just a brilliant track. I think it's kind of got, it's maybe a little bit inspired by the kind of ska stuff like that was going on like around this time. It's got that kind of like sort of like guitar like on like the offbeat sort of thing, but the lyrics on here like are like fantastic, like about like kind of sort of being sort of placed like somewhere that's now I guess like unrecognizable, like sort of thing, and how there's like sort of like no place for you to sort of fit in kind of thing. He sings like, I tried to find the pubs and YMCAs, but when you're lost in a strange town, they say don't know, don't care, and I gotta go, mate. So really well written lyrics, quite kind of conversational like kind of like lyrics, which I think like was Weller's real strong suit like around this time, the ability just to write effortless kind of lines that just sort of like fall off like the tongue like really like easily. And musically again, this is a real kind of step up, like the guitar on here like is just brilliant, fantastic solo, and then I love the kind of like how it feels like a whole record as well. You kind of got, it's got a start, it's got a middle, and then it's got the end, like that kind of like break it up bit like towards like the end, and it's kind of feels like very like sort of like quite celebratory or defiant kind of like vibe to like the outro like on this. So brilliant song there, Strange Town at number 2. Okay, so now we've reached my number one, which, yeah, if you're a fan of the Jam, you'll have sussed out. I've gone for When You're Young.
Sometimes sent to the capital world. That's how we think of what is wrong with you. Life isn't like that. It's so hard to comprehend why I set up the trees behind the smashed in the air.
Which I think is one that probably a lot of people just wouldn't go for or would like overlook. But I think this is just a bloody good song. For me, you know, like a lot of the earlier Jam songs, you know, were kind of about being young and that, like in the city, about the young idea, like all around the world, like I've been looking for new, like that early stuff. But like this song, it feels like he's writing about the same kind of themes as that, of kind of youth and sort of like that, but through a kind of lens of someone who just feels a bit more mature, a bit more wiser, kind of almost like it's almost like an advice song sort of thing, like don't waste your youth kind of thing, because he sings like you find out life isn't like it's so hard to understand while your world is your oyster but your future's a clam. It's got you in a script before you're born. It's done with the use of a dice and a board. Like, so well written. The imagery is like he's coming up with like on here, and then how things don't I guess maybe turn out the way you maybe thought they would, or maybe like the way that like you hope they would. Like it's so hard to like I guess like he sings like comprehend, like they it's songs about smashing up your dreams and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a little bit like I guess a pessimistic song, but it's kind of got that light and shade, that kind of like you're fearless and brave, you can't be stopped when you're young, goes like the verse, like you're never ever gonna work for someone. Like, so it's quite celebratory, and then the kind of middle bit is like a little bit darker. So like I really like the sort of like the two offs like off it like as well. Again, it's got that kind of like catchy like sort of like whoa sort of thing like in like the chorus, and then again a brilliant guitar solo like on like here like as well. I think it like goes up a key like as well, so it's just a really perfect song for me, When You're Young. So yeah, that would be my number one single by the Jam. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed like that video there, like off like me ranking like the Jam video and like the Jam singles there. Like if you enjoyed this, and I like actually do this like for some other artists, because I've got a few good single collections here like on like 7-inch. So yeah, it'd be quite fun to maybe rank like some other like artists like singles like that I have. Could maybe do like the Style Council next, possibly, we'll see. But like hope you have enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what like your favourite like Jam singles are, and I will see you all next time for the next video. Goodbye.